This is a super easy one-pot ricotta lemon pasta. Going old school here, also wearing the camera. Let me know if you guys want more of these. We got a fusilli here. I like for this dish to use something rotini-like that has kind of like spiral with depths in it for, you know, the sauce to stick. We got some water boiling here on the side. We're going to use the Dutch oven again. Just using it all the time now. We're going to need the zest of at least one lemon. I'm going to go ahead and zest both of these though, just so I have a bunch of it. I'm not the best zester, but always try to remember to move the fruit rather than the zester. It's just a lot easier if you keep the zester still and then kind of glide that lemon or whatever you're zesting around it. Makes it just a lot easier to get everything rather than pulling the zester itself. But once we get all that zest out, then we're also going to go ahead and get the lemon juice out of just one full lemon. If you wanted a little more lemony, you could add in more lemon juice, but this is totally up to your preference here. We're going to make half a pound of pasta, so this is what I do for about half a pound, so just adjust it kind of how you like it. And once we do that, we're also going to grate about half a cup to a cup of parm. You can use pecorino if you want. You can use less cheese, more cheese. It really will come together at the end and you'll see how much you need. I will wind up adding more, so it's somewhere between half and a full cup of grated parm. And now it's time to just cook this pasta. We're going to cook, like I said, half a pound of it. Pour that in there to a nice roaring boil. This is going to take about 13-14 minutes to just get to al dente. These are very dense noodles, but they're worth it. I think they work great with this sauce. A lot of space for it to kind of get into the crevices. That's exactly what I'm looking for. After you're in there for about 10 minutes, I'm going to go ahead and steal some of that starchy pasta water, about a cup of it. Just throw it off to the side. Always good to do just so you can use it for the sauce. If you accidentally grab some noodles, throw those back into the pot. And then just give it another little stir. Make sure nothing's sticking to the bottom. They're getting close to the end here, which is great. But these do stick pretty often for, you know, your standard pasta. These guys like to clump together. Drain them. Try to not blind yourself with the steam like I did here. But once you get that all out, you're able to just throw that pasta back in. I know some one-pot recipes, just you don't even need to drain them. The sauce just absorbs and becomes part of, you know, what you're doing. But this is a drainable one-pot. Once you do that, we're going to come in and we're going to add about 4 to 6 ounces of ricotta. You can add more if you want. You can add a little less. It's going to be a little watery at first when you're mixing it, but it's going to come together, trust me. But you're going to have to cook out some of that water content in the ricotta. On top of that, though, we're also going to add about half the lemon zest, or 3/4 of it. Save the rest for garnish. We're going to add 75% of this lemon juice. Could add it all if you want, but I want to just kind of feel out the taste as I get there. All that parm's going to go in, and then we're going to throw in a splash of that pasta water. We're just going to mix it together. We're going to also season it shortly, but I'm just going to get this going first. As you can see, it definitely is a little watery as that ricotta breaks down, but that's totally fine. We're going to turn the heat on a little bit, and we're going to really start to emulsify this, and it's going to become beautiful. It's going to become rich. It's going to be such a nice sauce. Throwing in a little bit of black pepper, also a little bit of salt as well. You want to taste it because the ricotta's salty, the parm's salty, so just get it to the area where you want it and don't over salt it. If you want a little bit of heat here, you could also add in some crushed red pepper flakes. You could add these right on top at the end as well. But now we're just going to keep on mixing. I'm going to add in a little more parm, like I said, a little more of that pasta water. We're going to get that heat back on because I want to really start to reduce this down a little bit. All the water that's come out from the, you know, ricotta, the lemon juice, the pasta water, I want to bring it all together. And once you start doing that, after a couple minutes, this really starts to come together and you can see it. The water on the bottom starts to become thicker. It's not, you know, pooling up. It's right where you want. At that point, we're going to kill that heat. We're going to keep mixing it up a little bit, but you are good to go at this point. Just keep mixing until you get right where you want it to be. And now we're going to plate this up. As you can see, it's not really running. That's the perfect consistency. You can add a little more pasta water if you want at this point to get a little velvetier. It will kind of have some graininess like ricotta does. So if you're not into that or you have texture issues, not the best for you, but just know that. Top it with a little bit of that cheese, a little bit of that lemon zest, and we're done. This is a delicious ricotta-based lemon pasta. So good, so quick. This came together from start to finish in 15 minutes. Easy weeknight pasta dish for you.